Initially, though, you see every girl who wants to enter is always under pressure to look her best.
If I had $1 for each time someone told me, some relative, that you are very pretty only if you lost a few kilos, I think I would have a bungalow in Juhu. I'm not even kidding. Like at any point in life, professionally or personally, did you go through a phase where you had that sense of self-doubt in you?
Yes, I did. I was clicked at a party. It was right after Jassi. I was on a break. I was eating. I was having fun. I didn't care about how I was looking or whatever, you know. I went for a party. I got clicked, and there was this article said that Mona seemed a bit podgy.
Oh God.
And I was like, really? Is this news for you?
Yeah.
Whenever we meet someone after a long time, the only thing we discuss is weight. Oh, you've lost weight. Oh, you have put on
I
weight.
know.
Arey, kitni patli lag rahi. Arey, what is this conversation? They're so superficial. And as a woman, we go through so many changes internally. There are days I am not feeling good. There are days where I'm feeling bloated. I'm not feeling so confident about myself. But I carry on with my life. I don't remind myself all day, oh shit, it's a bad day. I'm bloated. You know, I want to tell every woman across all, age group is that be willing to lose anyone from your life, but don't be willing to lose yourself.
She's bold, she's fierce, she's outspoken, and most importantly, she's always high on self-love. My guest today is someone who might not be wrong to call her a game changer since the very beginning, because she entered the industry with a show that broke records and for all the right reasons. Welcoming Mona Singh on BodyFaming for Bollywood Bubble. Hi Mona, how have you been?
I'm very good, Rashita. Thank you.
Firstly, thank you for doing this. We need more people, more actors like you coming forward and, having a conversation about these things. I remember when Jassi Koi Nahi released, I was 6 or 7, but I remember I used to watch it with so much enthu because I was always an enthu cutlet when it came to fashion, and it was about that,
Yes.
the fashion industry, and I was so hooked and and I found even that Jassi to be very beautiful. I was like, she's so cool, yeah. Her bangs are so cool. The way she's carrying herself is so cool. But one thing that constantly ran in my mind was कि ऐसा क्यों है कि you have to look a certain way and be a certain way to fit in an industry, and we are in the industry of films, showbiz.
Yeah.
So ये बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. How do you take it as an initially कभी ऐसा आपको face करने हुआ था?
Initially, though, you see every girl who wants to enter is always under pressure to look her best, to look her skinniest best, fairest best, done all the jobs and then enter with all the confidence. I think confidence should come with your talent and not the way you look. And that's what Jassi was all about. And I remember that is exactly the reason why Jassi got so much love. Because you're more than your looks, you're more than what you wear. Who are you as a person? What are your intentions? What do you want to do? What are your goals? Go for that. See that in a person, see their heart. So I'm so glad that I was a part of that change. It started a whole movement. There were advertisements in papers where I read that people had said, we want a secretary just like Jassi, looks don't matter. Imagine.
Wow, that's such a good thing to bring in that change in mentality also.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I didn't even know if there was going to be a makeover.
Yeah.
I was happy being that.
Huh.
I was.
Wow, so you didn't know that there will be a transition in the show and there'll be
I
a
knew,
makeover. Okay.
but the fact that it was already garnering such high ratings, I wasn't sure if there was going to be a makeover ever. Because you see, even the channel was scared whether, Jassi will be accepted after a makeover or not. It was a chance they were taking, and they took. I mean, hats off to them, because if it was someone else, they maybe would have opted a show without a makeover and continued the way she looked.
Correct. But
So-
because of that perception about Jassi and you looking that way, which was not anything bad, nothing. It was just a girl who was in her element when she was, at her best. But did you face any kind of rejections or anything because of that part that you played?
Rejections because of that part?
Yeah, that part, Jassi, yeah.
No. No, I mean, I didn't understand your question.
You know, sometimes you tend to get typecast.
Okay, like that.
Yeah.
Huh. No, fortunately, it did not happen to me. But what I consciously chose was to stay away from daily soap after Jassi. Because, you know, in my head, I knew that there cannot be anything bigger than Jassi at this moment for me. So instead of jumping onto playing another character, because everything will be compared to Jassi and it may not be as good. So I was willing to step back from that, take a break from acting and concentrate more on reality shows, because even that time back then in 2005 and 6, reality shows were a new thing, you know,
Correct.
coming to India. So I participated in Jhalak Dikhla Ja, I won, then I hosted, then I started hosting multiple shows with Sony, I was signed on. So there was no such rejection that happened to me. But what happened was a conscious decision to shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, like I will tell you a story. If I had $1 for each time someone told me, some relative, that you are very pretty only if you lost a few kilos, I think I would have a bungalow in Juhu. I'm not even kidding. Like, if really, but
people,
that, yeah, and I don't even mind it. I laugh it off. I'm like, I don't care. It's like that. But sometimes, you know, that self-doubt, sometimes it creeps in and it's like, Are itna abhi theek hai na, get over it. Like that. Did at any point in life, professionally or personally, did you go through a phase where you had that sense of self-doubt in you?
Yes, I did. I was clicked at a party. It was right after Jassi. I was on a break. I was eating. I was having fun. I didn't care about how I was looking or whatever, you know. I went for a party. I got clicked, and there was this article said that, Mona seemed a bit podgy.
Oh God.
And I was like, really? Is this news for you?
Yeah.
Is that
Sad.
journalism? You're putting a woman down. You don't care about her achievements or who she is and what she has done in life. You're seeing her weight. I felt so. I felt bad.
Yeah.
I was like, really? I mean, that's all they see in a person. You know, the thing about our mentality is whenever we meet someone after a long time, the only thing we discuss is weight. Oh, you've lost weight. Oh, you have put on
I
weight.
know.
Arey, kitni patli lag rahi. Arey, what is this conversation? They're so superficial. What is happening in your life? What are you doing? Have you tried anything new? Have you traveled somewhere? Those are the conversations to have,
I know.
not the way you look.
That's just sad. I agree with whatever you said.
And as a woman, we go through so many changes internally. There are days I am not feeling good. There are days where I'm feeling bloated. I'm not feeling so confident about myself. But I carry on with my life. I don't remind myself all day, oh shit, it's a bad day. I'm bloated. I don't do it. I accept it gracefully. It's my body. It will keep changing with time.
I'm sure. Do you feel now I feel that the industry has become much more accepting.
Yes.
Today, actors, even if they have gotten something done, they don't mind sharing it. They're like, हाँ ठीक है.
Correct.
If I wasn't happy with the way a certain part of my body looked, I changed it. Big deal. But earlier there were so many judgments. अरे उन्होंने अपना skin light कराया, उन्होंने ये कराया, उन्होंने अपना weight के लिए ये किया. You have seen that transition, and on 1st September, Jassi actually completed 20 years.
20 years.
So you
Yes.
have been, and you have managed to stay relevant even after 20 years, which is like a big thing. You have seen this transition also.
Yes.
Do you feel the acceptance is much more today?
It's much more today. It's much more today. You see, a lot of my friends have been, you know, getting married. I have had a love marriage.
Yeah.
You know, my husband comes from a very different background. They're South Indians, different cultures. But nobody commented at my wedding. None of the people who had invited commented about my choice or my decision. It's my life, and everybody was graciously accepting and celebrating it with me.
Wow.
So I saw that change. And of course, I invited the people who care for me, who wish me best. I didn't invite all the relatives who then पीठ पीछे, you know, जाके बोलते हैं, अरे ये क्या कर लिया, ये कौन है, शादी ऐसी नहीं थी. I keep those toxic people away from my life. And nowadays, even on set, nobody comments about other actors ki, oh my God, look at her, what has she done, what is he doing, what is that? It's all changed.
Yeah.
Nobody is gossiping. People are
Lovely.
working as a team, passionately driven towards one thing, which is to make the project look good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, also I think confidence and self-love, it takes time to come when we are growing up. Your family plays a big part in
part.
it. If they always keep, like I remember, I was never, even my family was so, like they're still so progressive. I was never made to feel anything, because
Yeah.
it's not a bad or a wrong thing to,
That's
you know,
why
to
here
be,
you are,
yeah,
because of them. Look
I
at
am
you. I love your confidence. I
Thank
love
you
your
so
swag.
much. So do I. So do
Yeah.
I. There's this positivity that, you know, we share, I think. And your partner also plays a very important role in
Yes.
such things. So how supportive has he been?
He's been super supportive about everything. You see, as an individual, sometimes, you know, I tend to procrastinate.
Yeah.
I tend to just lie low, easy, lazy, don't want to do anything. He's the one who pushes me. He says, "What are
Wow.
you doing? Go. You've been invited to this. Go. Meet this one. Do that. Watch this. Read something. Do something." He's the one who tells me.
So sweet.
I tell him कि you know ये show wrap हो गया, उसकी party है, I don't feel like going, I'm so lazy. And he's like, shut up, you worked hard on it, go meet and celebrate it. Just go and take the keys with you because मैं सो जाऊंगा. You see, such a supportive husband in today's times is a dream.
I know.
It really is, because most of the men get intimidated by a successful woman, an independent woman. They do. They don't know how to handle their success, so they make them feel weak.
I know.
That
Oh my
you are
God.
not good enough.
That's so relatable. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't see that in
Yeah.
him. And I think that is one of the big reasons I married him, because even before marriage, I knew him for 5 years, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to tie the knot or settle down. I was seeing him. But not once he said anything bad about my profession or my acting or the way I looked. He always celebrated me.
Yeah.
And not once I thought maybe I should not tell him this, or maybe I should keep this away from him and it will change some equation. No. I trust him and he trusts me, and we both celebrate each other. And I think that's a beautiful feeling. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, when I've watched Bulbul in Made in Heaven, I told you before the interview, I was hooked and how I was like, she is the it thing in this series, in this second part, and everyone was praising you. I met Arjun the other day, and I told him the same thing, that, you know, I loved Mona's track, and I was like, bas inko dikhate jao, ya inka kuch to ho, the way you spoke. And she's also someone who's very strong, who stood for herself,
Yes.
which takes a lot. And I see that same, you know, spirit in you. How much relatability factor was there?
See, when it came to numbers and auditing, I am zero. Bulbul is number one in that. Kanjoos, smart, shrewd, businesswoman. I am not. So all that, I had to work a lot on it. But when it comes to empathy, courage, bravery, gutsy, I am.
Lovely.
I've said no to projects. I've said no to very big, you know, names. Not because ki jao nahi karti, but because I'm not adding value. So why should I do it? You know, and I've gracefully, nicely said no. But people don't like to hear no for an answer. So, but I have lived my life happily because I don't want to carry someone else's baggage. I don't want to please others.
Yeah.
You know, and not be happy about something that I'm doing. I rather choose my peace and celebrate what I am doing, because this is all I like to do. I don't know anything else. So I rather celebrate it on a set than crib on a set that why I said yes to this project. So I have always been gutsy in saying no.
Amazing. That also takes a lot of courage.
Yes.
And it comes from a place of experience that you have had in life. But lastly, Mona, before I let you go, what would that one message be? Because people, girls, women, they look up to you. You became a household name much, you know, in the beginning with your first ever show.
Yeah.
People who go through body image issues or self-doubt in life, what would that one message be for them?
You know, I want to tell every woman across all, you know, age group, is that be willing to lose anyone from your life, but, you know, don't be willing to lose yourself. Find your own worth, your value, and respect yourself, because you're not being selfish, you are being self-full, and that's so important. I did not get married because I felt I need a better half. I've always felt whole and complete. I got married because I felt the need of having a companion who I'm in love with and to stay with him and spend time with him. That's the only reason I got married.
Amazing.
Otherwise, I am independent, fierce, and leading a good life.
Well, I hope everyone takes this message home. And, it's always so good to see women like you, people like you, actors like you do good in life. And I want to see more and more of you.
Thank
and the film
you.
with Shah Rukh, we are manifesting
Oh,
forever
yeah.
together. So don't worry, it will happen very soon. But thank you so much, Mona, for being on
Thank
BodyFaming.
you. Thank you
I
for
love
your
this
time.
conversation.
Thank you. Hi, this is Mona Singh, and you're watching me on BodyFaming for Bollywood Bubble.